So the annual incidence of the tumors of the CNS, it ranges from 10 to 17 per lakh persons or 100,000 people for intracranial tumors and 1 to 2 for intraspinal tumors. बिल्कुल सामने बैठ के नाक के नीचे चुप हो जाओ. So majority of them are primary tumors, and tumors of the CNS account for nearly 20% of cancers of the childhood. Please keep quiet बच्चों, keep quiet. इधर से बहुत आवाजें आ रही हैं, चुप हो. So 70% of the childhood CNS tumors, they arise in the posterior fossa. So in children, tumors are mostly in the posterior fossa. 20% of cancers of the childhood are from the CNS, and the comparable number of tumors in adults, they arise in the cerebral hemispheres above the tentorium. So what does it mean? That in adults, the most common site is in the cerebral hemispheres above the tentorium cerebelli. So they are supratentorial tumors in the cerebral hemispheres in the adults. In children, the most common site is the posterior fossa. Okay. Although the pathologists, they have developed classifications and they diagnose the tumors into malignant and benign categories on histologic grounds, which means what we see under the microscope, that is histology. But the clinical course of a patient with the brain tumor is strongly influenced by the pattern of the growth and its location. So where the tumor is located and how it is growing is also important. इसको बंद करो. बहुत ही वो आ रहा है इसमें. So even the benign tumors and low-grade malignancies can lead to serious clinical defects which may prove fatal. So what is the common understanding? कि malignant tumor से ज़्यादा डरना है, वो ज़्यादा खतरनाक है, वो तो मरेगा, benign वाला बच जाएगा. But in the CNS, this may not be true because even the benign tumors, even the low-grade malignancies can be serious. Now diffuse gliomas which are present in the adults, diffuse gliomas, by name you can understand they are diffuse, so they spread in a diffuse manner and they infiltrate the brain parenchyma. These tumors are not amenable to complete surgical resection without compromising neurological function because they are infiltrating the brain parenchyma diffusely, so there is no clear-cut line of demarcation. Since there is no clear-cut line of demarcation, it is not possible to remove the tumor in block or totally remove the tumor. Also, any CNS neoplasm, regardless of the histological grade or classification, may be lethal if it is situated in a critical brain region. ये कौन लड़की थी जोर जोर से बोल रही है? वो चुप हो जाए अभी, अगर अंदर रहना है क्लासरूम के. So for example, a benign posterior fossa meningioma. Meningioma we understand are very benign tumors. ठीक है? So a benign tumor, a meningioma in the posterior fossa can cause cardiorespiratory arrest by compressing the vital centers in the medulla. So what are the vital centers in the medulla? Who is going to tell me? Yes, पीछे उधर खड़े हो जाओ, या वो पानी पी रहे हो खड़े हो जाओ. You and your company, आगे पीछे बताओ कौन से वाइटल सेंटर्स है मेडुला में? बताओ, खड़े होके बताओ. खड़े हो? हाँ, और आजू तुम्हारे आगे पीछे जो है वो भी खड़े हो जाओ. रोल नंबर बताओ, नाम बताओ और इसका आंसर बताओ. मोस्ट benign tumor, if it is in the vital center, it can be fatal for the patient. Even the highly malignant gliomas, they rarely metastasize outside the CNS. So the important thing in the CNS is कि there is metastasis is not very common in the CNS. बाकी cancers में हम लोग क्या पढ़ते हैं? लंग का कैंसर था, इधर का कैंसर था, उधर का कैंसर, they may metastasize to various other regions. But in the CNS, the important thing is no matter how malignant they are, it is very rare for them to go and metastasize to some other area of the body. Some malignant pediatric tumors, they may spread through the CSF when they encroach the subarachnoid space, resulting in the cerebrospinal dissemination far from the original tumor site. Yes, this is an MC question, सबने पास किया होगा. कौन सा ऐसा ट्यूमर है बच्चों का pediatric tumor which disseminates through the CSF? ये MCQ आता है हर बार. Anyone? बहुत कॉमन है, सबको पता होना चाहिए. कौन सा क्या आंसर है इसका? मोस्ट कॉमन चाइल्डहुड ट्यूमर spreading to the CSF. सबसे कॉमन कौन सा, और ये हर एमसीक्यू में आता है, सबकी एमसीक्यू की किताब में एजेस से चला आ रहा है क्वेश्चन. एनीवन? अब इसका आंसर पढ़ना घर पे जाके फिर. So the treatment protocols and clinical trials, they are basically now currently based on the WHO 2021 classification. अब यहाँ पे I am going to tell you something important, because the WHO classification which may be given in your book may be the old one. Okay, so I am just mentioning the new one so that it is easy for you to understand कि हुआ क्या है इस दौरान. ठीक है. So there was a 2016 classification which perhaps may be there in your books. उनके नाम वही होंगे और ग्रेडिंग उसी हिसाब से दी होगी probably. But the 2021 classification has changed certain things. Okay, and it is on the basis of biological behavior, the genetic and the molecular workup. So the gliomas, the most common tumors, the primary brain tumors include the astrocytomas, the oligodendrogliomas and ependymomas. So all of them are coming under the category of gliomas, astrocytoma, oligo and ependymoma. And all of them have characteristic histological qualities or histological features. Many CNS tumors have specific prediction for specific sites and a particular age group. So what is happening here is, we will be talking mainly about astrocytoma. इसमें से it is glioblastoma which comes in your exam most of the time. But you should have some understanding. होता क्या है? Astrocytomas have 4 grades. ठीक है? Grade 1, 2, 3 and 4. The grade 1 is a circumscribed tumor. Circumscribed means ये पूरा चारों तरफ से उसकी चारों तरफ कैप्सूल है, यानी कि इफ यू वांट यू कैन इन्यूक्लिएट द ट्यूमर ऑन ऑपरेशन. दैट इज ग्रेड 1. अब आता है ग्रेड 2 and 3 and 4. बट ग्रेड 1 इज नॉट अंडर द कैटेगरी ऑफ डिफ्यूज ग्लैमर्स. सो अंडर द कैटेगरी ऑफ डिफ्यूज ग्लैमर्स आर ग्रेड 2, ग्रेड 3 एंड ग्रेड 4. तो पहले क्या था, जो प्रोबेबली बुक्स में मिलेगा तुम लोगों को, ग्रेड 2 का नाम है, इट इज डिफ्यूज एस्ट्रोसाइटोमा, WHO ग्रेड 2. ठीक है. नाउ अंडर 2021 क्लासिफिकेशन इसका नाम क्या है, डिफ्यूज हट गया. It is astrocytoma, CNS, WHO grade 2. So this is the difference. The prefix CNS has been added before the word WHO. So पहले क्या था, WHO grade 4, अब क्या है, CNS WHO grade 4. तो ये तो टर्मिनोलॉजी ग्रेडिंग की है. नाम क्या चेंज हो गया, पहले it was grade 2 was diffuse astrocytoma, grade 3 is anaplastic astrocytoma and grade 4 was glioblastoma. Now it is not like that. The difference here is now grade astrocytomas is grade 2, grade 3, grade 4. Diffuse anaplastic words have been removed. Okay, so it is astrocytoma grade 2, astrocytoma grade 3 and astrocytoma grade 4. Now glioblastoma जो भी grade 4 है, तो पहले क्या था, सारे grade 4s were called glioblastomas. अभी ऐसा नहीं है. Now it is, everything is based on a mutation which is IDH. There is a IHC or immunomarker which is IDH, isocitrate dehydrogenase. So the classification is based on that. अगर mutant है या वाइल्ड है, यानी कि पॉजिटिव है या नेगेटिव है. अगर पॉजिटिव है इट इज कॉल्ड म्यूटेंट, इफ इट इज नेगेटिव इट इज कॉल्ड वाइल्ड टाइप. तो क्या करते हैं ये लोग, स्पेशली ग्रेड 4 के लिए इन्होंने बोला ग्लायोब्लास्टोमा वही होगा जो IDH वाइल्ड टाइप होगा. अगर म्यूटेंट है तो वी विल नॉट कॉल इट एज ग्लायोब्लास्टोमा. ठीक है. तो ऑब्वियसली ग्लायोब्लास्टोमा डायग्नोज पेशेंट्स की परसेंटेज कम हो गई. अब उसको क्या नाम दिया इन्होंने बोला IDH म्यूटेंट को एक कैटेगरी में रखेंगे, वाइल्ड को एक कैटेगरी में रखेंगे. And this will be IDH mutant astrocytoma CNS WHO grade 4. तो इसको भी ग्रेड 4 दो बन गए. एक IDH mutant बन गया, एक IDH wild type बन गया. जो with the one which is IDH wild type is glioblastoma and the one which is IDH mutant is astrocytoma IDH mutant WHO grade 4, CNS WHO grade 4. Why this difference? Because IDH mutant ones have a little better prognosis and a different line of treatment than the glioblastomas. तो अननेसेसरी डायग्नोसिस जो ग्लायोब्लास्टोमा के पेशेंट्स का हो रहा था, विद मोर एडवांस रिसर्चेस दैट रेशियो इज कमिंग डाउन. सो 2 major categories I am telling you according to the what you may be finding in your books. So the 2 major categories of astrocytic tumors are diffuse infiltrating astrocytomas WHO grade 2 to 4 and localized or circumscribed astrocytomas, the pilocytic astrocytoma which is WHO grade 1. So 1 हो गया और diffuse जो है वो 2 to 4 है. So astrocytomas may occur from first decade of life onwards and may be found anywhere around the neuroaxis from the cerebral hemispheres to the spinal cord. So infiltrating astrocytomas WHO grades 2 to 4 ये पहले का है जो तुम्हारे बुक्स में मिलेगा. According to 2021, the it is CNS WHO grade and पहले रोमन न्यूमरल से अब 2 and 4 अपन सिंपल नंबर्स में लिखेंगे. So infiltrating astrocytoma and glioblastoma, the synonym for grade 4 astrocytoma, अब उसका नाम grade 4 astrocytoma है, account for about 80% of the brain tumors in adults, usually found in cerebral hemispheres, but it can be found in cerebellum, in the brainstem or the spinal cord, and often in through the 4th to the 6th decade. So अपनी age जो है that is 4th to the 6th decade. But ऐसा नहीं है कि ग्लायोब्लास्टोमास कम एज में नहीं होते हैं. The most common presenting signs and symptoms are seizures, headache, and focal neurological deficits related to the anatomical site of involvement. The tumors range from diffuse astrocytoma grade 2, जैसा मैंने पहले बताया था, anaplastic astrocytoma which is grade 3, and glioblastoma which is grade 4. तो अब उनके करंट नाम क्या हुए? एस्ट्रोसाइटोमा CNS-WHO ग्रेड 2, एनाप्लास्टिक हट गया, एस्ट्रोसाइटोमा CNS-WHO ग्रेड 3 और ग्लायोब्लास्टोमा इज CNS-WHO ग्रेड 4 पर एक और ग्रेड 4 है which is astrocytoma CNS-WHO grade 4 IDH mutant. So it is like that. So the tumors, and they are further classified or stratified on the mutations of IDH, which I have already told you, IDH mutant and the wild forms, because the former have a little better prognosis than the latter. Pathogenesis of glioblastoma is your question. So glioblastoma tends to occur in two different clinical settings. Most commonly it is a new onset disease, typically in older individuals, then it is known as a primary glioblastoma. Less frequently in younger patients due to progression from a low grade astrocytoma, it is known as a secondary glioblastoma. Again, this terminology is not used now. अभी कुछ primary कुछ secondary नहीं है. It is all based on molecular and genetic workup. Okay, but you should be aware because it is a transition phase. Books में इसका mention होता है. ठीक है, so maybe this is in the books. Maybe that is what you will be writing in your exam. So you should be aware. मैं साथ साथ दोनों बताती जा रही हूँ. ठीक है, so most commonly new onset primary मतलब नया है और वो सीनियर्स में मिलेगा, एल्डर एज ग्रुप में मिलेगा. जो यंगर है वो क्या, इट इज प्रोग्रेसिंग फ्रॉम अ लो ग्रेड, यानी कि पहले वो ग्रेड 2 था, फिर ग्रेड 3 हुआ, फिर ग्रेड 4 हुआ. ओके, दैट इज नोन एज अ सेकेंडरी बिकॉज इट इज कमिंग फ्रॉम अ प्रीवियस एग्जिस्टिंग लीजन. दैट इज व्हाई इट इज नोन एज अ सेकेंडरी ग्लायोब्लास्टोमा and it is in younger adults. Now diffuse astrocytomas CNS-WHO grade 2, now known as astrocytomas IDH mutant CNS-WHO grade 2. So they are poorly defined gray infiltrative tumors that expand and distort the brain. These tumors, they range in size from few centimeters to lesions that may replace the entire brain. The cut surface may be either firm, soft or gelatinous. Cystic degeneration may be seen. The tumor may appear well demarcated, but it is more commonly ill-defined due to infiltration beyond the perceived margins. So this is important. They may appear as if कि यहाँ तक ही है, tumor इसके आगे नहीं जा रहा, but it is not the case. You can see the tumor is infiltrating into the brain parenchyma अगर आप उसको ultrastructurally या under the microscope देखोगे. It is understood diffuse glioma कभी भी clear cut boundary नहीं होगी brain parenchyma से, और क्योंकि वो infiltrate करता है तो you cannot take it out in the entire thing. Now the anaplastic astrocytomas, they have a similar appearance, but they are more densely cellular and highly readily detectable mitotic activity. So this is grade 3 or CNS-WHO grade 3 and astrocytoma CNS-WHO grade 3. So what is the difference? In grade 2 and grade 3, the only difference will be it is hypercellular and mitotic activity will be more than grade 2. Glioblastomas. Now we have two grade 4s. One is glioblastoma, which is IDH wild type, and the other one is IDH mutant astrocytoma, which is also CNS-WHO grade 4. Glioblastomas, they have variation in appearance of the tumor from region to region. पहले इसका नाम क्या था? ग्लायोब्लास्टोमा मल्टीफॉर्मे. क्यों था मल्टीफॉर्मे? क्योंकि उसकी मल्टीपल शक्लें हैं, बड़ी वेरिएबल सी उसके पिक्चर. So that is why, but now that terminology has been dropped. So variation in the appearance of the tumor from region to region is characteristic. Some areas are firm and grey white, while others are soft and yellow due to necrosis, or may be red because of hemorrhage and hypervascularity. चुप हो जाओ. The histological appearance is similar to anaplastic astrocytoma with the additional features of necrosis and microvascular proliferation. तो grade 3 और grade 4 क्या क्या difference है? Mitotic activity grade 2 से ज़्यादा grade 3 में है और grade 3 से ज़्यादा grade 4 में है. Fine. But अगर necrosis or microvascular proliferation नहीं है, you cannot call it as grade 4. So the two essential criteria for calling it as grade 4 are necrosis and or microvascular proliferation. Necrosis in glioblastoma often occurs in serpentine pattern with the tumor hypercellularity along the edges of the necrotic regions, which means palisading. यानी कि necrosis है, उसके चारों तरफ tumor nuclei. I'll show you the picture. Microvascular cell proliferation, it produces tufts of cells that pile up and bulge into the lumen of small blood vessels. यानी कि the endothelial layer is multiplying, और endothelium जब multiply होगी तो obviously अंदर vessel के क्या होगा, it will obliterate it to some extent and there will be a tuft which is formed. The factor which is contributing to this is VEGF or vascular endothelial growth factor produced by the malignant astrocytes in response to hypoxia. तो जब ऑक्सीजन कम होती है, hypoxia होता है, तो VEGF रिलीज होता है and this release of VEGF is responsible for these vascular changes in the tumor. Because histological features can be extremely variable from one region to the other, small biopsy specimens may not be representative of the tumor and may be undergraded. Suppose करो पेशेंट आया, उसका ब्रेन ट्यूमर की बायोप्सी हुई, आपके पास जो आता है ट्यूमर वो वाला एरिया जो ग्रेड 2 था या ग्रेड 3, उसमें नेक्रोसिस नहीं आया, वैस्कुलर प्रोलिफरेशन नहीं आया, तो दिस इज ऑल्सो अ पॉसिबिलिटी. ऐसा कई बार हो जाता है. दैट इज द इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ यू correlating it with the MRI or the radiological findings and the clinical history of the patient and the duration of the patient. 50 बार तो वो ब्रेन नहीं खोलेंगे, ठीक है. Then you have to mention that you should correlate it because it is a limitation factor कि नहीं आया उतना. It is possible, you should be aware of that, and the patient and the clinician also should be aware of that this is a possibility that the grade 4 may be underdiagnosed as grade 3 or even less. अगर जैसे बच्चों इनका यंग एडल्ट का है, लो ग्रेड से अराइज हो रहा है, सपोज लो ग्रेड वाली आ गई बायोप्सी में, फिर क्या करोगे आप? सो दैट अवेयरनेस हैज टू बी देयर. सो दिस इज द डायग्राम इन विच दिस इज पैलिसेडिंग नेक्रोसिस. सेंट्रल में से नेक्रोसिस है एंड पेरिफेरी देयर आर ट्यूमर न्यूक्लियाई, ट्यूमर सेल्स विद पैलिसेडिंग न्यूक्लियाई. सिमिलरली यू कैन सी हियर थोड़ा, एंड दीज आर द टफ्ट्स ऑफ माइक्रोवैस्कुलर प्रोलिफरेशन. ठीक है, एंडोथीलियम हैज प्रोलिफरेटेड and it gives an appearance of a glomerulus. जैसे किडनी में glomerulus होता है, this microvascular proliferation की जो शक्ल होती है, it looks like a kidney glomerulus, and that is why it is also known as microvascular glomeruloid proliferation because it is looking like a glomerulus. Meningiomas are predominantly benign tumors and adults. They arise from meningothelial cells of the arachnoid and they are usually attached to the dura. Meningiomas may be found along any of the external surfaces of the brain as well as within the ventricular system where they arise from the stromal arachnoid cells of the choroid plexus. क्योंकि एक तरफ हम बोल रहे हैं कि ड्यूरा से आएगा, वेंट्रिकल में भी मिलते हैं, तो वेंट्रिकल में तो ड्यूरा नहीं है, फिर वहां कहां से आया इज अ क्वेश्चन. तो इट इज कमिंग फ्रॉम द stromal arachnoid cells which are present in the choroid plexus which is forming the CSF in the ventricles. Prior radiation therapy to the head and neck for any reason, for any other cancer, it also has a predilection for development of meningioma. Other tumors, that means which are the differentials of meningioma, are metastasis, solitary fibrous tumor, and a range of poorly differentiated sarcomas which may grow as dural based masses. The most common cytogenic abnormality is in meningiomas is loss of chromosome 22, especially the long arm, that is 22q. Of the sporadic meningiomas, 50 to 60% they harbor mutations in the NF2 gene. They are most commonly seen at the cerebral convexity and including those that eventually become higher grade. So sometimes meningiomas can be high grade also, grade 2 and grade 3. Meningiomas without NF2 mutations are found to be more common near the skull base and have a low risk of malignant progression. So again, location again is playing a role. The high grade tumors or high grade meningiomas, they are most often they have chromosomal losses involving several chromosomes, STERT promoter mutations and homozygous CDKN2 long deletion. So for you what is important is meningioma, though mostly it is a grade 1 tumor, it is benign, but yes, there are grade 2 and grade 3 meningiomas in which you have to give radiation therapy or if needed even chemotherapy. सो यू कैनॉट जस्ट श्रग इट ऑफ इसकी मेनिंजियोमा है तो ग्रेड 1 ही होगा और पूरा निकल ही गया होगा. Morphology. Meningiomas are usually rubbery, rounded or bossylated dural masses that compress the underlying brain but are easily separated from it. They may grow in plaque, in which the tumor spreads in a sheet-like fashion along the surface of the dura. The lesions range from firm to finely gritty, which is sand-like, and it is because of presence of psammoma bodies. And these are calcifications. So psammomatous calcifications, and psammomas in Greek is coming from the word, it means sand. So most meningiomas have a relatively low risk of occurrence or aggressive growth, and so they are considered grade 1 tumors. There are many histological patterns and they have some prognostic significance. It's not much, but yes, it may have. It is combined with other factors which are of grade 2 and grade 3. So the most common patterns which are encountered are the meningothelian ones, in which there are clusters of epithelioid cells with fuzzy or indiscernible cell membranes. Then there is a fibroblastic pattern. ये सारे patterns इसलिए important हैं कि if you think कि meningioma सिर्फ ऐसा ही दिखता है, तो there may be other patterns and you may think ये कुछ और ही tumor है. Okay, so don't think it is something else. You should know कि भाई ऐसा ऐसा भी meningioma की शक्ल होती है. Fibroblastic, इसमें क्या interlacing fascicles of spindle shaped cells with abundant collagen deposition. तभी वो fibrous होगा और hard होगा. Transitional is somewhere between the meningothelial pattern and the fibroblastic pattern. Then there is a psammomatous pattern जिसमें बहुत ज़्यादा psammoma bodies होंगे, बहुत hard होगा, बहुत gritty होगा, it will be tough to cut, and it is because of calcifications which are present in the meningioma. So this is the meningioma, superficially located है, dura के पास है, and these are the histological. So this is the tumor here, superficial, and these are the whorls. ठीक है, you can appreciate these are the lobules, और lobules के अंदर छोटे छोटे से clusters और nests हैं, and these are the whorls exactly, the meningothelial whorls. You can see it is a very benign round to oval shaped nuclei. कोई एनाप्लेजिया एटिपिया इसमें नहीं है. It is mostly grade 1. So atypical meningiomas are WHO grade 2 tumors. They represent about 1/4 of meningiomas. They are associated with high recurrence rate and more aggressive growth, which may require radiation therapy in addition to surgery. यानी कि सर्जरी करने के पहले भी कई बार रेडिएशन उनको देना पड़ेगा. They are distinguished from low grade meningiomas by, so what are the features? How will you diagnose grade 2 meningiomas? One is mitotic index will be increased. Another is brain invasion may be there. So anybody who will tell me what is this mitotic index? ये क्या है? बार बार अपन माइटोसिस की बातें करे चले जा रहे हैं. एस्ट्रोसाइटोमा में भी यही क्राइटेरिया था, अब मेनिंजियोमा में भी यही है, पूरे सीएनएस में यही है. बताओ, खड़े हो जाओ. नाम बताओ, रोल नंबर बताओ, और बताओ व्हाट इज माइटोसिस, माइटोटिक इंडेक्स. पहले अपना नाम बताओ, इनका रोल नंबर और नाम लिख लिया जाए. सलमान खान. वाह, हाँ क्या बता रहे? अरमान है भाई. अरमान लिख लो. 26. चलो अब बताओ माइटोटिक इंडेक्स क्या होता है. हाँ तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं, सलमान भी ठीक है. चलो बोलो, बताओ माइटोटिक इंडेक्स होता क्या है. इतनी चर्चा चल रही है चाय पे तुम्हारी, बड़ी देर हो गई. क्या होता है माइटोटिक इंडेक्स? बाजू वाला बताए. नेक्स्ट नेक्स्ट नेक्स्ट. खड़े हो जाओ. इनका भी नाम पता, रोल नंबर लिखो, नाम बताओ. अरे तुम्हारा नाम है नैतिक. रोल नंबर 107. अब बताओ. मेजर ऑफ सेल प्रोलिफरेशन. तो ये तो माइटोसिस हो गई. ठीक है, तुम बैठो. अब नेक्स्ट पीछे वाला. यस, आप खड़े हो जाओ. इसके, हाँ, खान साहब के पीछे. यस, बैठो खान साहब, बैठो, पधारो. हाँ, आप बताओ आपका नाम क्या है, रोल नंबर क्या है? आयुष, रोल नंबर 229. हाँ, अब बताओ ये माइटोटिक इंडेक्स क्या चीज है? कीप क्वाइट. अब हो गया, चुप हो जाओ. माइटोटिक इंडेक्स क्या है? माइटोसिस इसने बता दिया कि चलो ठीक है. अब इंडेक्स क्या चीज है ये? तो फिर चुप रह सकते हैं अपन क्लास में. हो सकता है एक आध शब्द कान में पड़ ही गया तो एग्जाम में याद आ ही जाए. एग्जामिनर एक आधा नंबर दे ही दे 0 की जगह. बैठो, चुप रहो थोड़ी देर. So to grade it as grade 2, what are the features? mitotic index has to be more and brain invasion is the criteria. अब यहाँ पे बहुत बार it has been found that the entire tissue looks like grade 1. मेनिंजियोमास का बहुत ही ज्यादा एक डिसेप्टिव फीचर है कि द सेल ऐसी सेलुलरिटी जो ग्रेड 1 जैसी लग रही है, इसमें भी ब्रेन इन्वेजन होता है एंड इट इज ऑफन ओवरलुक्ड. स्लाइड लगाई, ठीक है यार, ग्रेड 1 ये, इसमें तो कुछ है ही नहीं, बड़े बिनाइंग से सेल्स हैं, ओवरऑल बिनाइंग ट्यूमर हटाओ, ग्रेड 1. और ध्यान से देखोगे तो पता चलेगा कहीं ब्रेन पैरेन्काइमा में इन्फिल्ट्रेशन है, इन्वेजन है, तो इट इज ग्रेड 2. सो यू हैव टू बी वेरी केयरफुल व्हाइल डायग्नोजिंग मेनिंजियोमास. यू जस्ट कैन नॉट शट देम ऑफ लाइक दैट. दूसरी बात, देर आर सर्टन हिस्टोलॉजिकल पैटर्न्स विच इज अ क्लियर सेल एंड अ कॉर्डोइड पैटर्न. ये दो पैटर्न्स हैं, इनका स्टडी क्या कहती है? दीज टू पैटर्न्स आर बाय डिफॉल्ट ग्रेड 2. अब उसमें माइटोसिस हो ना हो, ब्रेन इन्वेजन हो ना हो, irrespective of the usual criteria of labeling them as grade 2, these two patterns have been found to have aggressive behavior and increased recurrence. तो जल्दी जल्दी होते हैं. अभी ऑपरेशन हुआ, 6 महीने बाद वापस आ गया, 4 महीने बाद वापस आ गया, जबकि माइटोसिस भी ठीक था, ब्रेन इन्वेजन भी नहीं था. So these are the patterns. Clear cell pattern and the chordoid pattern are called as grade 2 by default. Now coming to anaplastic or a malignant meningioma, which is WHO grade 3. It is a highly aggressive malignancy and it resembles a carcinoma or a sarcoma. तो ये इतना malignant है तो उसकी शक्ल लगेगी आपको रूटीन कार्सिनोमास जो आप देखते हो एपिथेलियल वाले, एंड सार्कोमास जो मिजोथेलियल वाले होते हैं. तो इट मे लुक लाइक दैट. यू मे नॉट बी एबल टू फाइंड आउट दैट इट एनीवेयर देयर इज अ प्रॉपर मेनिंजियोमा, लगेगा ही नहीं मेनिंजियोमा. तो बिल्कुल उसकी शक्ल वैसी होती है. माइटोटिक काउंट इज वेरी हाई. They are 1 to 3% of the meningiomas. They may arise de novo or they may progress from a smaller grade or a lower grade. Mitotic rates are markedly elevated. Now again there are two patterns here, a papillary pattern and a rhabdoid pattern. They are again by default known as grade 3, and again the reason is high recurrence rates and high mortality rates. So these are the three categories of meningiomas: grade 1, grade 2 and grade 3. For grade 2 you have high mitotic index and brain invasion. So grade 3 में भी वो होगा, but there are two patterns which is clear cell and chordoid for grade 2 and papillary and rhabdoid for grade 3 by default according to their names. So the clinical features, the meningiomas are usually slow growing tumors. The common sites of involvement include parasagittal aspect of the brain convexity, dura over the lateral convexity, wing of the sphenoid, olfactory groove, sella turcica and foramen magnum. Meningiomas are uncommon in children and generally show a moderate 3:2 ratio of female predominance. Although in spinal meningiomas this ratio is 10:1. So spinal में predilection for females is much more than intracranial, and in the spinal ones are mostly psamomatous. They are usually solitary. Meningiomas often express variety of hormones, progesterone hormone receptors, and may grow more rapidly during pregnancy and may regress after delivery. So this is another thing. This is the tumor which is associated with pregnancy and it may again regress spontaneously after delivery and may not need any surgical intervention as such. Retinoblastoma is the most common primary intraocular malignancy of the children. Although the name retinoblastoma might suggest origin from primitive retinal cells that are capable of differentiation into both glial and neuronal cells, but it is clear that a common origin, the cell of origin is neurogenital progenitor. So this is how the eye of a retinoblastoma child looks like. The features are, or the symptoms are leukocoria, squint and ocular inflammation. Okay, so this is here, this is the tumor here and these are the symptoms, and this is, इसको क्या बोलते हैं? ये आई क्या बोलते हैं? कौन सा रिफ्लेक्स होता है? कैसी दिखती है आई? क्या है ये? व्हाट इज दिस? बिल्कुल कैरेक्टरिस्टिक. अगर देखा हो तो जिंदगी में भूलोगे नहीं ये केस. रेटिनोब्लास्टोमा की इस आई को क्या बोलते हैं? क्या है इसका नाम और इसके रिफ्लेक्स का नाम क्या है? पढ़ लेना जाके. Approximately 40% of the cases retinoblastomas occur in individuals who inherit a germline mutation of one RB allele, and it arises with the retinal progenital if it suffers a second somatic mutation and the RB gene function is lost. In sporadic cases, both of the RB alleles are lost by somatic mutations and retinoblastomas arising in those with germline mutations are often bilateral and they may be associated with pinealoblastoma and then they become trilateral, यानी कि तीन चीजें हो गई, दो retinoblastoma और एक pineoblastoma.